Hello, everyone. This is Elizabeth with Scott Leroy Marketing, and welcome to Build Your Brand, Get Started with Facebook and Social Media Marketing. Today is March 24th, so if you are viewing the recording, some features may have changed. Today, I am starting out in Google Chrome Incognito, which you can access by the three-dot menu at the very top right of the screen. And I'm actually starting out at Facebook today, which is simply facebook.com. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and log in using my email or phone number. And then password. And click login. Now, the purpose of this class today is just going to be first creating a business page, then linking that to command and creating some social posts to kind of get your name out there, get your social media game started, and start interacting with different people on this particular social media, Facebook. So your Facebook may look different than mine. You may have, your timeline here, your news feed, with all of your friends' posts, different, a third section over here on the right with different events, maybe your page that you've already created here on the right-hand side. So do not worry if your screen does look different than mine. This is actually a brand new Facebook, so it's not going to have any friends or a news feed here in the middle, but yours may. Now, we won't touch on Instagram or TikTok in this class. We're just starting out with Facebook. But if you do have any questions on any of the other social medias, feel free to let us know and we'll be happy to help you out with those. So first things first, once you are logged in, you can go over to the left-hand side and find pages. It's the little orange flag icon. And we'll select that. Now, again, your screen may look different than mine. I did this test page just yesterday, but you'll want to create new page by clicking that button on the left-hand side. You'll see the desktop preview of your page in the middle, and then some information that is either required or optional on the left. So for page name, this is going to be the name of your business, brand, or organization, just slightly explaining what the page is about. So in my example, I'm going to choose my name. And then you may also need to check with your broker or market center leadership to see if there's any requirements for how you are marketed on social media. So your state or area may require that you use your first and last name as you are licensed, plus the phrase real estate. You can maybe even do RE. You can maybe even do, your team or group name, whatever your business name or brand is. You may also need to plug in your brokerage information. If you want to do just Keller Williams, or you can abbreviate that and do your market center name as well. So lots of options here. Again, recommend checking with your broker board or even state requirements or regulations on how to market yourself on social media. Once you enter in some information here, you will see the little green check mark. That's meaning, this is good to go. You haven't used any inappropriate like symbols or characters. Sometimes fields don't require or don't permit those. Next is category. Now, we highly recommend using real estate, but there are several different options. If you want to narrow down your category there, you can. You can add up to 3 as well, though. So if you wanted to use real estate plus, real estate developer, you can, or real estate service. There was even real estate company. Next field is description. So this is a little bit about what your business does, the services you provide, and or purpose of the page. You will want to pay attention to the character limit of only 255 characters. And as you can see on the preview, the description will populate in the About section. Now, this can be edited later as well. So if you just want to put a placeholder in, you can, and go back in and edit that later. But it is also optional, so you can leave that blank for now. Then you'll want to click Create Page. Now, while that's loading, I will also mention there is a new Pages experience brought out by Facebook. So if any of your screen looks different than mine when creating your page, you may have that new Pages experience. At this time, last we checked, the new Pages experiences cannot be connected to command. So that's going to be another kind of double check on if you have the new Pages experience. But if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out and we'll be happy to help with that as well. Once you have that page created, you can scroll down in this left-hand menu and add in a profile photo and or cover photo. Now, these are optional, so if you don't have a profile photo like headshot or team or group logo or anything like that just yet, you can add that in at a later time. Same with cover photo. Again, if you don't have one, don't know what to put just yet, you can add that in at a later time as well. I will mention that for cover photo, there are some options within designs, within command, if you need something that will fit in this section. This section here is going to be the cover photo, and then the profile photo will be this circle here. Next, click Save at the very bottom left of this screen. You'll then see this little embedded pop-up here talking about connecting your Facebook page to WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is where you can, it's an app you can download to your mobile device, to your phone, so that consumers, clients, followers can message you through WhatsApp directly from your Facebook page. If you would like to set that up, you can enter your phone number here. If not, you can click this little gray X in the corner of that embedded pop-up. Now, if so, you will be prompted, are you sure you want to leave? And you can just click Leave. Now, you can also add this in later as well. So if you do change your mind, don't worry, that is accessible later. But once that little embedded pop-up is gone, you'll see your page here. Here, this little edit button is where you can add in that cover photo at a later time. You can add in your profile photo and or change it out, of course, using this little camera icon here. We do recommend going ahead and creating the username for this page. This is going to be what is in the URL field after the facebook.com/. So you see right now it's my page name with some numbers, and my page name is really long. So if you want to condense that so that people can simply go to facebook.com/your username, you would click that text there. And let's say I want my username to be, the acronym. You can type that in and then you can click anywhere in the white space above or below that field to submit it. Then click Create Username. Now you can also do this at a later time. You can also change that. So if you don't like what you have now, you can change it later on. I will also mention the tips on creating and choosing a username. The blue text here at the bottom left of that embedded pop-up. And then last but not least, pay attention to your character count. Not a whole lot of characters are available for this username. It's meant to be short and sweet. Something that you can put even on a business card with the little Facebook icon and the @ symbol to signify your username. So if people want to find your page directly, they can just type in that username and not have to search for your full page name. Now, if you are getting this username isn't available, you are not eligible, you may need to come back later. We are seeing that this is happening on new pages, so feel free to create that username at a later time, after you give it some thought, kind of see what others are doing, get some tips, etc. So now that we have our page created, you can go through the rest of the information to set up your page for success. You'll see here there are 3 of 13 steps completed. So you can, follow along these wizards here to help you get your page fully functional. But that is the basics to set up your page. That's really all you need to do to then connect it to command. Now I'm going to head to command. So I have it open in another tab, and command is simply agent.kw.com. Then I'll enter my username, which is generally something like first initial, last name, maybe a number, capitalization not required. Then enter my password and click sign in. Now we are seeing this is taking some time to load these days. There we go. So once it does load, first step is going to be heading to your name in the top right corner. Here is where we can find our settings. So we'll go to settings with the little gear icon so that we can connect this Facebook account and page to our command. Now, again, your screen may look different than mine. You may have different apps connected to your command already. The goal is to scroll down until you see the first Facebook option, which is post scheduling, under the social section. And you'll see right now it's not connected. But if we head over to the right-hand side, we can click Connect Account. Now this will pop up a not embedded pop-up. So if you do need to allow pop-ups, maybe you have a pop-up blocker or ad blocker, or you don't have them set to pop up automatically through your settings, you will want to allow those. Typically, you can find that in the URL address field up at the very top, depending on if you're in Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. But once you see this pop up, and now remember, we're still logged into our Facebook account in another tab. Since we are, this is going to prompt you to just continue. So I'm going to click that blue continue button. If you are not still logged in, you may have to enter your Facebook email address or phone number and password to sign in to then access this page, this screen. So I'm going to click that blue button and then continue to allow KW all of this information from my Facebook account and page. And we'll see it spin there for a minute. Then we'll get this little embedded pop-up asking which pages do you want to connect. So for today, I'm actually just going to connect that page that I created with you today. But if you do have other pages for other businesses that you have, like Scentsy, Jamberry, lawn mowing, house cleaning, babysitting, sky's the limit for pages you can create. You can also connect those to command as well. Once you have your page selected here, click Connect. And you'll see it load again, the green banner saying it's connected. And we'll see it actually pops up to the connected section up top. Now you will see what is listed here in the white and blue rectangle is the name of my Facebook account. So this is me as a person. Now, Facebook does only connect to command via the Facebook account itself. Now, although we did check off the page that we wanted to post to, in this example, we're using the post scheduling. But what you will see here is the name on the account, and that is by design. That is okay. Now, while you're at it, we do also recommend to go ahead and connect account for the Facebook Ads Manager as well. This is the paid option to publish a sponsored post or sponsored ad, or command calls them paid ads, from your Facebook business page. Now, although I'm not going to go over paid ads today, because we do have another full-length class specifically on Facebook ads. And we know that you want to lead with revenue, which may not mean spending money right off the bat at the beginning of your Facebook or real estate career. So as soon as you click that connect account, you'll see it start to work and get this little embedded pop-up here. Now you will need to drop down and select the page, in this case, the one we just created. And you'll see that little pop-up work and terms of service. So you must accept the Facebook terms of service for this page that you are connecting. After, click on continue, select the page from the list and click accept. So I'm going to click continue. It's going to bring up a new tab where you'll see the pages listed in the drop down at the top left. So I'm going to select my page. and click accept. Get the little green banner saying lead ad terms have been accepted for this page. And now we actually don't need this tab anymore, so you can go ahead and close. Now back in Command, you will still have to check off the page you want to connect. Then you'll see that green banner, page connected. Now we can click done. So there are a few extra steps for connecting that Facebook Ads Manager, but we do highly recommend, because you are already signed into your Facebook account. It's just a few extra clicks at the beginning, and you don't have to worry about that later on. So now that we have our Facebook account and page connected to Command, we'll head over to Designs. Designs is the little paintbrush in a square icon over in the left-hand menu. While you're still learning the names of the applets, you can click the red square with the white KW to expand the name of the applets as well. Your screen may look different than mine. I have created tons and tons of designs, but if you do not have any listed here, this is where they will be listed once we create one. So heading up to the top right corner, we're going to click that blue Create Design button. If you haven't created any designs yet, you may also find that in the very center of the page. Once you click that, you'll see this embedded pop-up here to choose the type of design. And we're going to choose social. And that'll highlight it in blue. And click continue. This will take us to the WeBrand Design Editor. The WeBrand Design Editor works really, really well in Mozilla Firefox as well. I actually learned from experience, my Firefox doesn't like when I'm on Zoom, and it sometimes crashes. So to avoid that, I'm in Google Chrome today, but we've had lots of luck using designs with Firefox. First things first, I'm going to take you to the Assets tab at the very top. This is where you can store things like color palettes, fonts, images like headshots, text like name, phone, email, site, app code, logos, either for your brokerage, your team, your Keller Williams in general, realtor, equal housing, MLS, any type of logo, elements, things like clip art, stickers, object shapes. You can even do icons here, like that Facebook icon I mentioned, if you wanted to put your username right after that. Videos and files. Anything you store here can be pulled into any design later on. So we recommend adding in especially your headshot and logos so that you don't have to upload those every single time. They're already in your assets, which can then syndicate to all of the designs you create in the future. So upload it once here and you won't have to upload it again. Heading back to templates. We'll see all of the different categories on the left-hand side. Now, there are tons and tons of ideas for things to post to your Facebook page, and I will be going over a list later on, but you can see things like coming soon, for sale, just listed, just sold. These are things that you may not be able to use if you're brand new to real estate, just starting out your Facebook page. You may not have a listing to use here. For your logos, you can definitely get those from your market center. You can also head over to KW Connect. So since we're logged into Command, you can go to mykw.kw.com and already be signed in. And then head to Marketing, which will take you to KW Connect and the exact page to find your logos. Once you click that logos and branding tile, you can go about a third of the way down the page to find the search option, where you can search by market center number or market center name. Yeah, you're welcome. And you'll be able to watch this recording later this afternoon on our website, slmtraining.com, and our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ScottLeroy Marketing. So back in the WeBrand Design Editor, next few categories, things like local expert, neighborhood snaps, a little bit more detail needing pieces with statistics. You may need to pull from your MLS, and we know the market is really hot right now, so lots of things can be skewed using those pieces. Under buyer, you'll see things like Keller Mortgage, and again, some neighborhood snaps. Under lead generation, this is where you may want to start. So there's things like client testimonials. Maybe you have a testimonial from a previous job, career, friend, family member, just any Keller Williams type of posts, inspiration, promoting your app and website. Those are really, really good ones to start getting those out there to consumers and future clients. And there's also business basic, which you'll have things like email signatures. That social branding is Facebook cover photos that I mentioned previously. So you can even filter just the Facebook cover photos and see some already designed for you that you can use on your Facebook page. Under holidays, sorted by month, you can see different holiday pieces, really good filler for things to post, really light, bright, eye-catching designs for different holidays coming up. For this example, I'm going to choose the I Heart KW. You'll see some designs start to populate here. If you scroll down, you'll see even more. And again, you can narrow these down by different sizes. Social wide is typically used for Facebook posts, but you can also use the social square. Social square for Instagram, and then social stories for both Facebook and Instagram. Personally, I like the square ones even for my Facebook page. So I'm going to narrow down by square. See lots of designs in this size. Now for a brand new agent, we like to recommend using this I'm making a move. You can hover over the design and click Use to open that up immediately. This is one of my favorites because it only has two pieces to update. First is the Market Center logo. I'm just going to simply click to select, excuse me, and that logos panel is going to open up. And here's where I find all of my logos that are stored in the asset section. And then I'll click replace to replace that on the design. Now I may need to move it around a little bit depending on how your Market Center logo is designed. You can do so just by clicking and dragging. The next thing to update on this piece is the headshot. So again, I'm going to click to select and then head over to Images and Replace. Using Replace, that will give you the exact size that the previous photo was, but you can also click this Use Image if you need to crop it differently, or use as background if you prefer. So a couple different options there. Now, if you did not have anything to add into my assets, you can also click Add and upload straight from your computer as well. Now, once we have this design all updated, the only two options here, you can, and we do recommend going ahead and clicking this download button at the top right, leaving the default file type as JPEG, and clicking download. This is because we're going straight to campaigns next, and sometimes we're a little too quick and Command doesn't register this design being created just yet. So in order to save some time, we go ahead and download as JPEG. Now we're done in design, so we can click this Done button at the top right to go back to the designs dashboard, where you'll see your design piece that you just created. Next, we'll head to campaigns, which is the little megaphone icon over in the left-hand menu. And then click Create Campaign. Like I mentioned, today we're going to be doing a social post. So I'm going to choose that selection. That's the free option. So in case you are just getting started in your real estate career, you don't have to spend any money. You have the wizard with all of the different sections on the left and the preview on the right. So starting at the very top left, you'll enter some text. Pay attention to your character count at the bottom right of that field. Type whatever you would like in this field here. You can say things like, I'm just joining Keller Williams Southland. I'm just joining Keller Williams. You can be as honest or as vague as you would like. I'm just starting out my real estate career, or I've been licensed for X amount of years. I'm new to the area. I've been in the area for 20 years. Whatever you would like. You can also add in emojis by clicking this light gray smiley face in the bottom right corner. Next section, it's going to default you to image, but you can also choose videos and links. So if you had something like an open house tour or an introduction video, maybe to your YouTube channel, you can add that in here. Under image, it's going to default you to browse your designs library, which is a really great option if you're designing the piece one day and creating the campaign the next day. It's going to show you your designs here where you can click to select. But if you are seeing this not ready to use, again, that's why we downloaded it in the previous applet. You can come over to upload image and browse to find that post where you saved it on your computer. You'll then see this crop post image embedded pop-up where you can either leave it on the best recommendation 1-to-1 ratio or change it to wide, which again, suggested for Facebook, or free crop. You can zoom in, zoom out, reset, but once you're done, click crop image. You'll see it apply to the wizard on the left and the preview on the right. Now you'll see it does have some white space on the edges. Remember, the wide design types are ideal for Facebook, but I have chosen a square. And if you toggle, or I'm sorry, if the post is viewed on a mobile device, it will be thinner. So it will look a little more natural being a square on mobile devices as well. Now, using Google Chrome Incognito, the Market Center logo syndicates here really nicely, but if it does not, and you, when you first enter this campaign, if that Market Center logo embedded pop-up sticks, you can close that and re-enter that Market Center logo here. And if you already have that on your design, like I do here in this example, you can click the X to remove that from the bottom banner. If you choose to leave it on, you can select the logo position and or include the ownership statement. Again, mine's already on the design piece, so I'm not going to check this box. But if you do need to include it in the future for maybe things like you have a picture of the house here or multiple pictures, you can add in the Market Center logo and ownership statement to each of those using a white banner at the very bottom of the piece. Next is schedule. So you can either schedule the post out using this little calendar icon for a future date and time, or you can publish immediately, which is what I'll do in this example. So you can see how it looks. Last section is channels. You can select what channels you want to post to here. You can connect more, but that will be already filled in if we have already connected our Facebook, which we have. Now you can either save draft, which we do recommend coming back the next day, fresh pair of eyes. Make sure you have everything spelled correctly, grammar, punctuation, the picture is a high enough resolution, etc. And you can publish post. And it looks like it's going to want us to add this in already. So let me choose a logo here. And this is a different one from my brokerage one. And publish post. There will be a confirmation, so you will have to click publish post again. And once that publishes, it'll take you back to your social post dashboard. So which is different from the campaigns dashboard. It'll take you right into social posts. Now your screen may look a little different than mine. I did have another Facebook page connected with different pieces scheduled throughout the week. But you'll see here, this is the post I just created for the example. It's going to this page. It has the preview of the picture and the text. It has the green published status here. And if we go back to the page and refresh, you'll see it post immediately. Now, lots and lots of different ideas. So if you want to write any of these down, feel free, you are more than welcome to. Things like blog posts. Homekeeper does automatic blog posts if you so choose. There's also keeping current matters or blog posts that you write yourself. Different articles from NAR, your state, your local board or association, all of the holidays that you saw previously in designs. There's neighborhood videos with statistics from individual neighborhoods. You can do different inspiration. Some and most of what you'll see on my page is from the designs applet within Command. Contests, giveaways, highlighting local businesses or vendors, tons and tons of ideas. And where you can access a full list of ideas is if you go to outfront.kw.com. Outfront used to be the quarterly published physical magazine. It's now online. Once you start to scroll on the page, you will be prompted to subscribe. Feel free to click sign up, enter your email address to subscribe to the emails coming from Outfront. One of those emails will be, 30 for April, but a certain amount of social media prompts to help you think of ideas to post throughout the month. So this article has additional things like we mentioned holidays. It's Fair Housing Month in April. This will take you day by day, giving you ideas on what to post. Tax Day, not a very fun one. Earth Day, highlighting a local cleaning service, etc. Once the campaign initiates, it will not automatically update last contacted field in contacts because this is just being posted to your Facebook page. You're not actually contacting or touching any of your contacts in Command. You can schedule a post for later by clicking that calendar icon that I mentioned within the post at the very bottom. Let me show you that wizard again and where that section is. The very bottom schedule post is the default. For the blog post, things like Homekeeper or Keeping Current Matters that are published on a website, you would just paste in the URL so that the preview of the URL is here and they can click to go visit that website page. You can get the 30 social media prompts to help you spring into action this April by going to outfront.com, or I'm sorry, outfront.kw.com. And if you subscribe to Outfront, this will come to your email box once a month. Of course, you can view the recording of this class and all of our other classes and tip videos on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ScottLeroy Marketing. And if you need any help about any of the information we covered today or anything else, you can go to our website to view our contact information. I'll go ahead and put this link in the chat as well. Again, that can just be found at outfront.kw.com. But that is it for class today. Again, if I didn't answer your question or you think of a question later on, feel free to contact us. As always, thank you for joining and hope you have a wonderful day.